Hello, everyone. Hello. Am I audible?
Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Yeah. Okay. Just wait for 5 minutes and we will start the session, right?
Hello.
Hello. Okay, let's start the session. Shall we?
Yes.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, yeah. So in week one, you studied the descriptive statistics, inferential statistics. These are the types of statistics, and you distinguish between the sample and population, right? Then you understood how the data are collected. Then there were types of data like categorical data, numerical data, and cross-sectional. You also understood the difference between the cross-sectional and time series data. And there were four measurement scales. What were the measurement scales?
Nominal,
Nominal, ordinal,
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 Interval and
interval,
ratio.
and ratio scale.
Ratio.
Yeah, fine. So now here in week two, we are going to study about the categorical data. Okay. So in categorical data, uh, first of all, in categorical data, we are going to study the frequency distribution. Okay. So what is frequency distribution? A frequency distribution is a listing of the distinct values and their frequencies. Okay. So if there is one data like For example, this is A, comma A, comma B, comma C, comma A, then B, comma A, B, B, and C. So how to make a frequency distribution? So first of all, we will what are the distinct values here?
ABD.
A, B,
A,
C, D.
A, B, C,
A,
and
B, C, and D.
yeah. So what are the now what is frequency? The number of times A has occurred. So here the number of times A has occurred is 1,
Oh,
4 times. So in frequency distribution, we count the
मैम आवाज
frequency.
साफ नहीं आ रही है
Sorry.
आवाज कम आ रही है
No, it's all right, ma'am. You can continue.
So in frequency distribution, the way we count the frequencies is by tally marks. Okay, and how we count the tally marks? See, if A is occurring one time here, then we draw a line here. Okay. Similarly, the next term is A, then the second line, then B. That is here in B row we will draw the first line. Fine. Then C, A, then B, A, B, D, and C. So the frequency will be how many times the lines are there? That is 1, 2, 3, and 4. That is the frequency is 4. Similarly, B has occurred 2 times, right? C and D, like this. So you understood how to make a frequency distribution table?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, with the help of tally maps. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So similarly, we can have other examples as well. Like for example, just a second. I'm going to give you a data like A, comma B, comma C, A, D, E. Okay. So what are the distinct values?
Same,
A,
ma'am, as
B,
like
C.
above.
A,
A, B, C.
C, and D. So now tell me about the tally marks. Okay.
5 for A.
See, the A is occurring how many times?
5 times.
5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is drawn like this. Okay. Canceling all the 4 things. Excellent. And B is occurring
3 times.
3 times.
3 times. C,
2 times.
2 times.
D.
2.
So the frequency is 5, 3, 2, and 2. So everybody understood about the tally marks, right? Okay, fine.
Yes.
Now comes the relative frequency. Okay. So what is relative frequency? Relative frequency is calculated by the total the ratio of the frequency to the total number of frequency. Here the total number of frequency is 5 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2, which is
12.
12. Okay. So the relative frequency of A will be the frequency divided by the total number of frequency, which is 12. Fine. Similarly, for the B, the relative frequency will be 3 divided by 12. Similarly, 2 divided by 12 and 2 divided by. These are the relative frequencies. Okay.
Yes,
Fine.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
And why do we use the relative frequency? We use relative frequency to compare two data sets. And the relative frequency, the sum of relative frequency is, if you calculate the sum of all the relative
1.
frequency, it is
1.
1. Correct. And the relative frequency always fall between
0 to 1.
0 to 1.
0 to
Yeah,
1.
0 to 1. ma'am.
0 to 1. Correct. So this is the
Madam,
this is
0
the
to 1
thing
or
that
0 and 1?
between the 0 and 1.
Okay.
Yeah, it can't be greater than 1. And it
It
can be
can be
lower
like
than
0.5, 0.9.
yeah, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, but it
Okay.
should be lesser than 1. Fine?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Fine.
Yeah. And so like I'm going to ask you if the frequencies are different. Okay, there are two data sets. And the frequencies are different for both the data sets. Can the relative frequency be same?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes.
Fine. And if the relative frequencies are same, so it is always necessary that the frequencies will also be same for both the data set.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Yeah, fine. Good.
Sorry, ma'am, please repeat again, please.
Yeah, I asked you if the relative frequencies of both the data set are same. Okay. Then will the frequencies of both the data set always be same?
No, ma'am, it's not compulsory.
It's not compulsory. Okay. So this was the summarizing the categorical data by frequency distribution and relative frequency. Okay. Till now it's clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, see, like if we have different frequency of two different data set, and we get the relative frequency, which is like quite similar of these
Yeah.
two data set.
Yeah.
Like what does it mean? Like if two different data set have same relative frequency, like what we can describe or like.
You're asking if the relative frequencies are same.
Yeah. For different like let's assume there are two different data sets and they have different frequency, but they have like same relative frequency. Then what does it mean? They have the same relative frequency. Like what we can describe uh, through this key.
Ma'am, this is not possible that frequency different but relative frequency is same.
Yeah, it's a possible, obviously possible. It's a possible.
How can it possible?
Okay, I will show you the example here.
I mean, A can occur in different ways, B can occur in different ways.
Oh no, then it will be possible if the data sets are completely different.
I mean, instead of A, like A is occurring 4 times. So I think
No,
B
no,
can
no.
occur also 4 times and A will occur
What
two.
is relative frequency? That the individual the number of individual element by the total number of element.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in a data table, how can two data sets will be the relative frequency of a data set will be equal? Then when the frequency is not equal.
Have you attended
Yeah,
the
ma'am, you can
lecture?
take an example. You can take an example.
It was mentioned in the lecture as well.
Yeah, ma'am, sure. Yeah.
So is your doubt clear? This recent who asked the doubt.
My question is like what we can derive if two different data set have same frequency, like a relative frequency.
Like,
So
like we can say that the proportion of the
They provide the standard of by comparing the frequency. Just like that.
yeah means the data that the value the proportion of the data is same, but the occurrence of that value is different. That's it. It's nothing more. That's
okay. Yeah.
yeah. So this is clear. So any other doubt in this kind, frequency and relative frequency?
No, ma'am, it's clear now.
It's clear. So let's jump into the next part, which is, so here we have summarized the data in tabular form. Now we are going to summarize graphically. Okay. So to summarize graphically, we use two charts. Which are the two charts?
Pie chart and bar chart.
Bar chart, and second is pie chart.
Pie
Fine?
chart.
Yeah.
And third is Pareto chart.
Pareto chart is a part of a bar chart.
Yeah.
Bar chart, yeah, sure.
Okay. Sorry for the writing. Fine. Yeah. So pie, yeah. So first of all, we will jump into the pie chart. Okay. So what is a pie chart? Pie chart is represented by a circle. Okay. And it is divided into pieces. Fine. And these these pieces represent the frequency. Fine. sorry, the relative frequencies, the proportion of relative frequencies of the different categories. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So how do you
Yes, good.
calculate the yeah. So how do you calculate this? So if I've got a relative frequency, like for example, it's 0.4, then the slides, the degree, it would be 0.4 multiplied by 360 degree. Fine, which is 144. So this is not 144.
Yeah, ma'am, it's
Yeah, it's
144.
fine.
Yeah.
It's no. Like if this is a circle, then let this represent as 140. Similarly, we can calculate the different, for example, this is 72. Okay, this is 72, and this is all 72. And this will whole make up to
360.
360 degree. Okay, so by this you can draw a pie chart here. Okay, so the formula is multiply the relative frequency with 360 degree. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, so the pie chart, so in summary, we can say that the pie chart is used to show the proportion of categorical variable. Okay, that it is like to show the share of or the proportion of that category to the whole. Fine.
Yes, ma'am. Fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now comes the bar chart. Okay, so what is a bar chart? Bar chart is it displays by this. Like this is x-axis and this is y-axis. Okay, so in x-axis, the x-axis represent the qualitative data. Like we can say the data is A, comma B, the previous data that we used. Okay, A, comma B, comma C. So this is the quality. This is the data. So the x-axis will represent the data. Okay, A, B, and C, and the y-axis will represent the relative frequency, or we can say the frequency. Okay. So the bars should be of equal width. They should be of equal size. It can't be different. And there should be a gap between each of the bars. Okay. So this is the representation of a bar chart. Understood?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
The bar chart can also be represented vertically. Okay, like this. So this is horizontal bar chart, and this is vertical bar chart. Fine. In both the ways, we can represent a bar chart. Now, so if we take a data like A, comma A, B, comma C, comma A, comma B, comma A. So A occurs 4 times, B occurred 2 times, C occurred 2 times, and D occur 1 time. So if I make a bar chart here, this is A, B, C, and D. And these are the frequencies. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So A would be, let me make this. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So A will be represented as this. B is 2, that is this. C is also 2. And D is okay. So if we look into this, A is occurring 4 times, B is occurring 2 times, C is occurring 2 times, and D is occurring 2 times. And it is representing in descending order. So this is a Pareto chart. Fine. So what is a Pareto chart? If we are representing a chart in descending or in ascending order, then sorry, did someone ask me something?
No, ma'am, it's what echoing.
Echo.
Okay. So, what is Pareto chart? If we are representing, like if we in a bar chart, we are representing the values in ascending or descending order, then we say that it is a Pareto chart. And for a Pareto chart, it is necessary that we should have then ordinal. Like there should be, no, it's not necessary. It should be an ordinal, but there should be like the number should be in ascending or descending order. Fine?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yeah. But if we have an ordinal data, okay, like for example, we can take the size, like the sizes of the dresses, like small, medium, and large. So the order of the data should be maintained in a in a bar chart. Okay, should be small, medium, and large. Okay, like this. If we have this kind of data, then the order should be maintained here. We can't have a bar chart like this, in which the order is not maintained. If we can see that the medium, the frequency of the medium is larger. So, like with the definition of Pareto, we will, by mistake, we will be drawing medium first, then small, then large. Here, the order is not maintained. So, this is a wrong graph. The order should be maintained in a Pareto chart for an ordinal data. This is for ordinal data. Fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, this
So
is
for
clear.
ordinal data, the bar chart and the Pareto chart would be the same.
Sorry?
For ordinal data,
Hmm.
the bar chart and the Pareto chart will be the same.
Yeah. For yeah, the thing is that you should maintain the order. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
But
For
in
ordinal, we
what
don't
in
use
bar chart we
Pareto.
can write the other way. That will also be called as bar chart, right? The
For
second way.
ordinal, no. No. For ordinal, the order has to be maintained.
For ordinal, we pay like more towards the what do you say, the variable. I mean, I'm sorry.
So when we are talking about order, it means the order of data, not the order of graph. Am I right?
Yeah, order of the graph. Correct.
Order
Yes,
of the ordinal data, not the order of the graph. Like it not
the
should
order
be
of the
the
category, basically. Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, it has to be maintained.
When
So
graph has a order, we use mean medium mode. Am I right?
in which?
Ma'am,
Yeah, tell me.
when data has order,
Hmm.
then we use mean median modes.
It's we can't use median.
This is the
Sorry,
case only for
we
median.
can't mean. We can't use mean.
Mean cannot be used.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, that we will come at the end. Okay. Let's go step by step.
Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
Pareto can be ascending and descending, right? Any
Yeah.
either of the orders. Okay.
Yeah, either of the order. It can be ascending or it can be descending.
Ma'am, for the pie chart, you were saying about the degrees, no, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So it's like when we will be using the concept of degree calculation, and when it will, sometimes it will be under the percentage, no, ma'am. So according to the data, we can calculate the proportion level, ma'am.
Yeah, like if you want to have like in percentage form or in degree form. Yeah.
If the question is asked in the, if we have to find out the proportion level of any in the pie chart, so according, if it is given in degree level, we have to use 360 degree, or if it is in the percentage, it differs according to that, right, no, ma'am?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Am I
See,
audible,
for
ma'am?
percentage, you can calculate that, no? Like for percentage, like it is only lie between like 0 to 1. So 0.4 is maybe around like 40%. So
40%.
Yeah. Ma'am, when we should use bar chart and pie chart?
Yeah, I was coming to that one. So till here it's clear, right, for everyone?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
No
now comes
question,
the
Ma'am.
ma'am.
purpose. Yeah. So now comes the purpose. So when do we
Excuse me,
use
ma'am.
pie? Yeah.
Sorry,
Yes.
sorry to interrupt, but I have a doubt, ma'am.
Hmm.
Ma'am, you taught that when we draw any data for any data, a bar chart, okay?
Hmm.
Then we always take the qualitative data on the horizontal axis
Hmm.
and the frequency on the vertical axis, right?
Hmm.
So for every data or not.
For every data. Yeah.
But ma'am, when we trying to make horizontal bar graph, then please describe this, ma'am.
You have already explained it above, madam.
yeah, it's up to you, like how you want to represent horizontally or vertical. So,
When you switch where, like how you want to represent the graph, the axis also switches.
Both are acceptable.
Yeah, so you have to switch then. Otherwise, you won't
Okay,
be able to
clear.
represent. If you still, yeah.
Okay, cleared, ma'am. Thank you.
So now it's clear.
Yeah,
Yes.
ma'am, clear.
Yeah. So now it comes when we use the bar chart and the pie chart. So the pie chart is used when we want to show the share or the proportion of a category. Okay. There are two things, share or the proportion. When we have to show these two things, then we use the pie chart. And when we use the bar chart, when we want to compare two things or like three things or four things, like when we want to compare, we use the bar chart, and we want to like show the share and proportion, we use the pie chart. Okay. So like, for example, if I want to do the different shares of the stock markets, right? So I will draw a pie chart which represent the different shares of the different, like of the stocks. Fine. It will be much easier. If we want to compare two data like A and B, so there are two sections in a class, like A and B. So if I want to compare the two sections, I will use the bar chart. Like which one is you can say which section has scored the highest marks compared to the next like the other sections, like that. So if you want to compare, we use the bar chart. If we want to show the share and proportion, we use the pie chart. That's it. Fine.
Ma'am, this is a pa pattern of company's shareholding, no?
Sorry.
We can represent this pie chart as a
Hmm.
company's shareholding pattern.
Yeah, shareholdings. Like from the whole, how much share he is having. Like he is having 36, he is having something 72 or something like that. How much share he is holding. So I like it will be very much easier for me to like visually see how much share a person has is holding for a company. Fine. And we can also representing by different colors, right? Like this can be in pink color, this can be in blue color. So that will also help us visually. Fine.
Ma'am, var is used to compare, but comparison is what is the scale of measurement? Compare is come in which scale of measurement?
I couldn't get you. Huh? Could you repeat your doubt? Like I couldn't get you.
Comparison, which scale of measurement?
Comparison.
I think ordinal
It's
scale.
Comparison mean order or rank. Then will be ordinal scale.
Ordinal and nominal.
I think she's
nominal maybe
asking
like
that in pie chart we normally take percentage out of 100, right? Like we sh
yeah.
show a share. I think she's asking for bar chart what we like take as a comparison.
Like if it is a pie chart, won't it be like a ratio scale because it is from 0 to 100, so you can take ratios.
Yeah, it's a ratio, means from the whole part, how much he is having. Like from the 100%, how much percent that share is holding. We are calculating that. So that is the best, like if we want to have show the share and proportion, the pie chart is the best chart. That's it. We can also share by we can also show it by bar, but the best representation is pie chart. Is it clear? Anybody having any other doubt?
No, that's clear.
Are you taking doubt also?
Doubt in the sense, the doubts that you're having till now, like the things that I'm teaching you in this.
Ma'am, which is suitable to represent elections result according to political parties?
Political parties.
It is more like dependent on
Pie
what we
chart.
want to share.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, what we want.
Mostly we
Yeah.
use bar chart, I think. In the news, if you see, we use mostly the
Yes,
bar chart.
ma'am.
That is more like representable and the people could understand more clearly.
I see
But
this
say it
question.
depends upon the question, right, sir? Madam?
This question is given in the activity, I think. I have
It's mentioned the number of votes. For number, you use bar chart. The question is about the number of votes. The
That is
one that
frequency of the votes.
yes. So it's actually the number, right? So for
Normally,
number,
when we want to present frequency, we use bar chart, and when we want to show a share out of 100, we use pie chart.
When it
Like
is
if
asking,
we use the relative frequency, then we use the pie chart. Because how pie chart is calculated? We multiply the relative frequency with the 360 degree, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, more
Ma'am,
appropriate, yeah. Relative frequency.
ma'am, I have a doubt. Is bar graph is used for represent share of a particular category or pie chart?
Pie chart.
Pie chart is used to represent a share of particular category, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, ma'am.
Anything else?
No, ma'am. It's clear.
Okay. It's clear? Fine. Okay. So, yeah. So when we use the pie chart,
When we want to
When we
show
need
a
to come
proportion.
two different
Yeah.
groups, ma'am.
When we want to represent like relative frequency.
Good. And bar chart?
When we want to show the frequency.
when we have to compare between two.
Yeah, like we are comparing the section A and B. So while you're making a chart, you should label it. You should this should be the what it is representing. It is representing the sections and this is representing the score. So you should label it as well. Okay. These are some of the few things, like little things that you should take care of while you are making a graph or making a chart for a categorical data. You should label it very well. You should have a title. You should name the slices. Or like if there's a pie chart, then you should name the slices. You should name the bars and etc. Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the one thing is like if we have many categories, okay, like this is like this is a chart, okay, and these are the mostly eaten ice creams that many of the people likes, okay, like these are the three flavors, like chocolate, we can say strawberry, butterscotch, and one more like vanilla. Okay. And many flavors are there. So some of them like this much. So there are many categories. Okay. Like you can say there are 10 more categories here. Right. So this will be much more clustered in this. So how will we make this as a representable? Okay. We cannot eliminate these things. Okay. If we eliminate this thing, then this will not be a proper representation of a data. Right. So what do? We cluster all these. Okay. we make this as a one thing, which is other group. Okay, so like if we sum all the frequencies of this, like this is 1 1 1, okay, or sum all the frequency, we will get 10 as a frequency. Okay, so now we will make a chart like this. Okay, this is the chocolate, this is strawberry, butterscotch, vanilla, and this is the other. Fine. This is quite even representable. This will even show about the, it can also be like summarize the data, right? We can't neglect this. We are not even neglecting this, right? We are including in this. So we can say that mostly people prefer butterscotch and chocolate, and many are there who prefer other categories as well. Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, this is
Yes,
clear.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Now
ma'am.
now comes the area principle. Okay, so what do you mean by area principle? So if I'm having a data like A is 30, B is 15, and C is 10. Okay, and if I make a bar like this, so this is A, B, and C. Okay, this is let's say 30, this is 15, and this is 10. So is this a correct bar chart?
No.
No, because the area that this is representing is not equal to 15, right? It should be greater than, like, it should be bigger like this. It should be greater than 10, right? This should be 15. So the area principle tells us that the area occupied by a part of the graph should be corresponding to the amount of data it represents. Okay? Like if it's showing 15, then it should represent 15. If showing 10, then it should be representing 10. Fine?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then we have other term which is known as the truncated graph. So what is the truncated graph? Like if you are having this data, okay, this is starting by, let's say 100, then we have 200, then we have 300 like this, okay, and we have different data, quantitative data. This is representing 300, 200, and again 300. Okay? We have another data as well, which is starting with 0, then let's say 10, 20 like this, okay, and we have different sections here, A, B, and C. Okay, so what is a truncated graph? Truncated graph is a graph in which the baseline is not starting with 0. Okay, it is starting with 100, and in this graph we can see it is starting with 0. So always remember that the graph should always be starting with 0, which will make it more like if it is not starting with 0, then it would be having different bars, and it would, like, the integrity of the you can say the data will be uh, diminished like that. Okay, it will not keep the integrity of the data. Okay, the things that you will understand from the data by visualizing the graph will be different if you are
Yeah,
not
it will
starting
not.
with.
Yeah, it will not preserve integrity, right, of the data.
Yeah. Okay, so it should always start with 0. Or if you want to start with different, you can see a different baseline, then you should always make a kink. It, like, you should always show the visual that the y-axis is not starting with 0. It is starting with different number, which is 100. So you should always show it with a kink. Okay. So this is a correct graph. If you're showing a kink, that means you are not starting with a zero. It is starting with different number. Then this graph is okay. If you're showing it, visualizing it, that it is having a kink. This is not having any kink and it is starting with 100. So this is not a correct graph. This is a wrong graph. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, what is that?
Yes, ma'am.
The symbol will be like two line, ma'am.
Symbol will be like this. Like you can say Z or something. E. Like this you have to make. This is the graph.
So for this graph, will we say the baseline is maintained?
Yeah,
The
the
last
baseline
one.
is maintained. Yeah, means because you are already telling the person that it is having a different baseline. Like there is one thing like kink is there. So we
So
already
we're
know it
already
is
mentioning it.
yeah, we are mentioning it. If we are not mentioning it, then it is a wrong graph.
Okay, ma'am, understood. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, can you just give like a set of example for with any sort of thing for using this truncated graph?
If you want to use a truncated graph,
Yeah.
like you can take any example. Like if the data is like you can say another graph, like the frequency of A is something like take this example only 100, B is 200 and C is 300. Okay, so you can't have a graph with having a baseline 0. Then you will be counting it like 10, then 20, 30. Then it will be a very long graph, right? The y-axis will be like very long. So if you want to shorten it, okay, then we make a kink here and we can start by 100 only. Okay, 100, then 200, or you can start it by 50 also, right? Yeah. Like you can start it by 50, then you can move to 100, then 150, then 200. So this will not if it depends upon the data, right? So if it's small number, then you can start it with a baseline that is 0. If it's like different numbers like 100, maybe sometimes it's 1,000 or something. You can't every time you can't start with 0. Like you will be having data in which you will be having a different kind of numbers, very big numbers. So you can't always start with 0. You should you will be using kink and you would be starting with different numbers, different baseline.
So it's more like you are defining a scale initially from the beginning.
Sorry, what?
So it's more like we are defining a scale from the beginning, like we do in the normal mathematics or the graph representation.
Yeah, correct.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a doubt here. Can you hear me?
Hmm.
Hi, good evening. So when you use that kind of an epsilon symbol to talk about the truncated information or provide the truncated information, I'm sorry, but still, whatever you said, like if I have the numbers from, if I have the y-axis being 100, 200, and 300, I know up to 1,000 if it's there, but the frequency of the number is equal intervals. I'm right. It's 100, after 100 is going to be 200 and 300. So here the frequency is not uneven, but it's still the equal frequency is there. So without the epsilon symbol, still you say that if I don't mention it, it's still the wrong graph, is it?
Yeah, if you're not mentioning the kink, then it's the wrong. And if you're mentioning it, then it's a right graph, correct graph. You should mention it. That's it.
Okay, so I have some basic question here. Even though, as you said, that we start with 100, 200, and so on, the y-axis, but still you say that one has to make sure that I mean, the correct graph is always. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I will talk to you back.
Ma'am, in this graph, some parts are cut in between. What will it called? From them, numbering starts while leaving something out.
What?
In this graph, some parts are cut in between.
Cut
What
in
it
between?
called? Them numbering starts while leaving something out.
Yeah. So that's why we are using the king here, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So if your number is the baseline is not starting with 0, then we use the king and start with a different number. Fine.
Okay, ma'am.
Anyone having any other doubt?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that. So I want to know, so it's always the case that we should start with the intercept of 1, 0, 0 for the graph.
Yeah, it should always be starting with 0. Yeah.
Thank you.
But if you're starting a different number, then you should show a king or something. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Hello,
Now the
ma'am.
next, yes.
Ma'am, what is the meaning of manipulated y-axis?
What's the baseline is omitted, so it is manipulated, or the degrees which is being mentioned is not right way according to the data, it is manipulated. Am I right now?
Yeah, correct. Like if the baseline is not starting with 0 and all, and the numbers are not in like you can say having the difference, or like they are in not same interval, then we say the y-axis is manipulated. Fine.
What before one girl was asking, I think, so now she got.
One girl, is she having any doubt?
No, ma'am, she was asking, I think this is the thing she was asking.
Okay, she was asking this thing. Okay. Now is this thing clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, that's clear.
Yeah. So now the last section, the last thing that you should remember is round off errors. Okay, what do you mean by round off errors? Round off errors. The thing is, like if I'm having a data with numbers as 13.3, then 13.3 and 33.4. Okay, these are the numbers for different data for the different categories here. And if I'm going to make a pie chart, okay, this is a pie chart. This is you can see this is representing 33.3%, and this is representing 33.3%, and this is representing 33.4%. The main thing that you should remember, the percentage should like all the percentage should sum up to 100, right? All the proportion, all the share should sum up to 100%. So if I'm going to round off these things, like for example, if I round off these as like if I round off this as 34 or something like this as 34, and I remain it like this, then 33.3 plus 33.3 and 34 will make up to how much? Like it would be greater than 100, right? It would be greater than 100%.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So we need that you should make it sure that the sum of the proportion should equal to 100%, not greater than that. So if you like round off the errors, you should make sure that the sum should be 100. It should not be greater than 100. Fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So these are some of the things that you should like remember when you are making a table or a graph. Okay. So what are the things? The first thing is that what is the first thing?
Label.
Yeah, you should label it. Then
Area should be
the
equal.
yeah, the area principle. Then third,
Baseline should be 0.
the baseline should be the
If the
baseline should
baseline
be
isn't 0, you have to use kick.
correct. That is truncated. And fourth one is
Round up.
Round off.
fine. So these are the four things that you should remember while making a graph. Okay. So till now, is anyone having any doubt?
Ma'am, why we need to round off the data?
So that the percentage or the total share of that percentage should be 100%. The sum should be 100. You got it?
Yeah, ma'am.
Ma'am, as you said, the
Ma'am, can you
baseline
please
is omitted
can you
means
please
that
scroll down?
Please, one at a time. What?
Ma'am, can you please scroll down?
Okay.
I want to see the uh, okay.
Yeah.
ma'am, if the baseline is omitted, we will say it as truncated graph, and another one also is there, no, miss, no, ma'am, decorated graph that will be coming under the label and the area. Decorated graph. No, ma'am, you are given that 4 principles. Now we were marking the 4, no, ma'am.
Which one?
The down you're saying area and the labeling part.
Yeah, the area. Yeah.
And that means the misleading conditions will come under, that is a separate from area, and
Yeah,
there is
areas also come under the misleading graph only.
yeah, that we will say as decorated graph, no, ma'am.
Yes. Any other doubt?
But
Ma'am,
when we round
ma'am.
off the, sorry, would I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so when we rounding off that data, as you say that we have to meet the 100%. So is it not like a wrong projection of the data and or kind of extrapolation of the data?
Sorry, could you repeat what?
I mean, if the data shows the correct data is only 33.5 as you showed in the thing, 33.3 and so on, it is actually the real time data that we are
Yeah.
projecting. But as
Yeah.
you said, when we try to round off, we are rounding off to 100%. It means that it's not a kind of wrong projection of the real time data or kind of extrapolation.
Yeah, it's a wrong projection. Like it's not representing the correct data, right? It's 33.4 and it's 34. It's a different, like there is like 0.6% difference, right?
Yeah, that's what. Okay. So
Yeah.
this is the wrong projection then.
It's a wrong representation. Also, like if you sum it up, you will get more than 100%. It is not making 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
So the thing is that you should make sure that the sum should be 100.
Yeah. Okay, because I thought like we are actually trying to make it 100. It's not the case.
We are trying to make it 100%. The
Hello,
sum
ma'am.
should be 100.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello?
Ma'am, I
Yeah,
have
even
a
if it's
doubt
less than,
in.
let's say the total is 99, still we may have to make it 100.
No.
Let's say that all the parts has only 33, but it's not 100%. It is only 99. So
Yeah.
should we make it? Should we actually extrapolate it to make it 100%?
That means it's a wrong data then. If it's not making 100%.
Yeah.
So for pie chart, we have to avoid round off right now.
Yeah, we have to like if you're rounding it off and then you're getting 100%, then that's okay. Then that's fine.
Oh,
But
okay.
after rounding it off, you are not getting 100%, that the sum is not 100, then it's a wrong. Then the rounding off errors is wrong.
Okay. Thank
Ma'am,
you.
I have a doubt in the numerical data
Numerical.
in continuous and discrete value, ma'am. Hello.
Which, like what is the doubt?
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, ma'am, I have a doubt in numerical data. How to recognize whether the given data is a continuous or it's a discrete data? it.
Let's come back to that later after I finish this. Fine.
Okay.
Are you having any doubt in this term, in this lecture that I'm teaching you right now?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That's clear.
No? It's clear?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So
Hello.
now the next.
Hello.
Anybody? Hello?
Ma'am, what's the difference between manipulating x-axis and y-axis?
Like if you're manipulating the x-axis, then it's like if you're manipulating x-axis or y-axis, like these are different two axes of in a bar chart, right?
Yeah, yeah. Then
Yeah.
what's the difference between them?
What's the difference?
Yes.
It is like misleading, or like the condition is not.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
it is.
ma'am, I think he is talking about truncated y-axis and manipulating y-axis. Both are same almost, no?
Ma'am, y-axis is possible to manipulate, but I think x-axis
No,
is
no, no, no.
finding the number
Truncated
of data.
x-axis and truncated y-axis both are different things. If you go through the textbook, then you will find that.
So what
But
is the doubt?
truncated x-axis means we are missing some range of value, ma'am. But y-axis we can define when value start from I think 50 to 100 or more than from 0.
For y-axis, we cannot minimize moment because it's like when we start a graph,
But the
the
static,
actual
ma'am, our static professor has start there. We can means x manipulate the y-axis, but we are not sure we can manipulate x-axis, ma'am, in truncated graph that.
Yeah, like because the y-axis is representing the frequencies or the relative frequency, so that only we can manipulate it. X-axis is only representing the qualitative data.
Yeah, ma'am, we can't calculate that. We can't lift that qualitative data.
What do you manipulated in small, medium, and large sizes?
like misleading when the x-axis is not properly we have mentioned because it's actually
Means,
collected.
ma'am, some data is missing there if we are manipulating x-axis there, I think.
Yeah, we can have
Sorry,
that type.
sorry to interrupt, ma'am, but according to me, qualitative data no need to truncate it, right?
It can't be truncated because
Yeah.
these are not numbers. Truncation means that
Yeah.
the
Numbers.
numbers, yeah. If you're truncating a data, like means you're not starting with 0, you're starting with any other
Yeah.
odd number. You're skipping
Yeah,
the
sure.
0 part. That's it.
Sure.
That's the truncation.
Got it, ma'am.
I mean, if I'm right, like whenever we try to tweak any kind of data, that's the manipulation of data. Doesn't matter whether it's X or Y axis, right?
Sorry, your voice was breaking.
So, can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, people were talking about manipulation of axis and y axis. If did I understand right that if we try to play with or tweak any data, so whether it's from X or Y, then it's a manipulation. Doesn't matter whether it's X or Y axis, right? It's an
Yeah,
it's an
it's a
error.
manipulation. Yeah.
Ma'am, the axis which represent the frequency of a data, that axis we can only manipulate, not the
Manipulate.
data.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
can't manipulate the qualitative thing.
Yeah,
qualitative
that is
data.
unsaid, right? Yeah.
Sorry.
Can only
They're saying that is unsaid. I mean, like categorical data, like the x-axis where we're mentioning the categories that can't be manipulated, right? That is
Yeah.
all I was saying. Yeah.
Yeah, we can't manipulate the qualities like the data that like the example that I showed you here, like it's representing A, B, and C. How will you manipulate this?
Yeah, it makes no sense. Yes, ma'am.
So now the doubt is clear. Mostly the manipulation will be of y-axis only, or the axis which is representing the frequencies or the relative frequency of the numbers, you can say.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I think
Yes,
manipulating
ma'am.
these categorical terms means missing some data set from that.
Okay, okay. Can we just move ahead of this now? We have discussed enough now.
Is everybody okay? Can we move forward?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Let's
ma'am.
move like forward.
Sorry?
Yes, ma'am. We can move forward. Yes.
Okay, okay. So,
When week 3 that Dow section will be on? Week 3 assessment.
it will be on Tuesday.
Tuesday. Okay, ma'am.
So till now, we have been summarizing the data graphically. Now, if we have to summarize the data numerically, we use the descriptive measures. Okay. And in this descriptive measures, there are two things, which one is mode and the other is median. Okay. These are the two things that are the measure of central tendency. You can say that. Okay. These are the measure of central tendency. What is the measure of central tendency?
Middle value of the data.
Or
That
the
most
center,
typical
or
value of the data.
yeah, the center value or the most typical value of a data set. Okay,
But
so these are the
ma'am,
measure of central tendency.
mean is also the measure, but it can't measure the.
Yeah, for the categorical data, we cannot calculate the mean. So that's why in categorical data, we are only considering the two measure of central tendency, which are mode and median. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So now let's come into mode. What is mode? So mode is it is
Sorry to
defined as
interrupt, ma'am, but you should disable the chat section because someone promoting the WhatsApp groups. So please.
disable the chat. I think I don't have the
It's all
control
right,
over.
ma'am. It's all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, ma'am. Fine. Like you can continue the session.
Yeah, can I continue?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
please.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I've disabled it. Okay. So, yeah, I was telling, yeah, what is mode? Mode is the most common category, or you can say the category which has the highest frequency. Okay. So if I'm having like the data, like let's take the data of ice creams, like the C is representing chocolate, S is representing the strawberry, B is representing butterscotch, and V is representing vanilla. So the number of likings of chocolate is like 40, strawberry is like 50, and butterscotch is like 30, and vanilla is like 20, you can say. So what is the mode here? Which is having the highest frequency. If you see the highest frequency among these is 50, and 50 is representing the strawberry ice cream, strawberry flavored ice cream. So the mode will be strawberry. Okay. So if in a bar chart, the mode is representing the, so if this is a chart, let's say, so the bar having the highest length, or the longest bar, you can say, is the mode. Okay, this is the mode. And if you are having a pie chart, okay, then in the pie chart, the slice which is the largest, okay, that is representing the mode. Okay, so if you see, this is the widest slice, you can say, so this is the mode. Okay, and if you are having a Pareto chart, okay, if you are having a Pareto chart is like this, and this is in descending order. So if this is in descending order, then the first bar, right? The first bar which is having the longest bar is the mode.
Ma'am, Pareto chart can be in increasing also. No?
Yeah,
Any
it can
order
be,
it will be.
yeah, any order. So if I'm having a Pareto chart with ascending order, right? So like this is the chart. So this one is the longest bar. So this one will be the mode. So if I'm having in descending order, then the first bar will be the mode. And if I'm having ascending order, then the last bar will be the mode. Fine?
Okay.
Yeah. So is this clear?
Yes,
What
ma'am.
is mode?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
we are
Yes,
having,
ma'am.
like, there are some of the situation like in this data only, if I take the number of likings for chocolate as 50. So there are two modes here, right? 50 and 50. So this is bimodal. We are having two modes, that is, we are having two categories which are having the highest frequency. Then it is called bimodal data. Fine. So mod is clear for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, man.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now,
One doubt I have regarding mod. So if we have, let's say, 4 categories and all have same frequency, then what it is?
It's multimodal. Multimodal.
yeah, it will be multimodal.
Multimodal. Okay.
Hmm.
Because there in the lecture, I think ma'am mentioned something that no mode, something like that.
Sorry, no more. What?
Like if, no mode exists for data if all have same frequency. So is it no model or multimodal?
Most frequency
Yeah,
are common, it will you can say it
multimodal.
as multimodal.
When two category have same mode, then it is bimodal, and when more than two category have same mode, then it is
Yeah,
multimodal.
like all of the category has same
No,
total.
all are not more than two. Any of them more than two.
So is it clear now?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So if you're having all the frequencies same, then you will be having multimodal. If you're having two frequencies same, the highest frequency same, then you will be having bimodal. Okay. No mode exists when you don't have like all the numbers, like they are different. Like you can't calculate the mod there, but that situation doesn't occur, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah. So median. So what is median? Median is the median is that value or the middle observation, you can say, of the data. Okay. So if we are having ordinal data, for just remember that if we are having ordinal data, then only we can calculate the median. Okay. So for the median, the first step is you have to sort the values in ascending order and descending order. Okay. Ascending or in descending order. Mostly we are uh, like sorting it in descending order only. So you can order it in ascending or in descending order. Then you calculate if they are even or odd. If it's even, then we can take the middle value, the sum of the average of the middle value. Okay. And if it's odd, then we take the middle value only. Okay. So if it's even, let's say, like I have a data like this: A, comma, A, B, B, comma, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. There are 8 data. There are 8 categories here. Okay. And it's even. So the middle would be these two, like the fourth one and the fifth one. Below fourth, there are 3, and above fifth, there are 3. Okay. These are divided in 2 parts. And the mode will, the median will be D only. Fine. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Middle
Yeah.
value will be, ma'am, B and C then.
If the middle value is B and C, then the median would be B or C, any of them.
Any of them. Okay.
Okay. And if we are having a data like this, in which we have odd numbers, okay, then we take the middle value, that is the fourth one. This will be the median. Okay. Below that, there are three categories, and above that, there are three categories. So it has divided into equal parts. So the middle value will be B only. So median will be B. Okay. So just remember that if you have to calculate the median, you first have to sort the values. Okay. Then you have to see if it's even or odd. Then according to that, you have to calculate the median. Fine.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah. Now there are cases in which we have like the mod and the median can be same, right? So if I have there are three. So if I have this case only, okay, this one case, if I take what is the mode here?
B.
B.
Mod is B, and what is median here?
B.
B.
Only. So there are cases in which mod and median are equal, right? And there are cases in which, let's say, this is different.
Yeah, ma'am. Both have this.
Yeah, like there is a difference. Like this is here I have to D, 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 D. So here the mode is
Is A.
A.
And
mod is
median
A
is
and median
median
is
is B.
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 B only. So it's different, right? So there are cases in which the mod and median will be same or they can be different. So if I'm having a data in numbers, then there are cases in which mod is less than median or median is less than mod. We can have that type of cases as well. Okay, we can have different, we can have same mod and median. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So till now, anyone is having any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, I have to go in English live session. I have some doubt. May I exit this session?
Sorry, what?
Ma'am, English live session is already going on at same time. I have some doubt in English session. May I exit this session because I have already completed my big two session, ma'am.
Yes, yes, we can.
It's up to your choice, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can go.
Okay.
It's your own decision. You
This session is already recorded. You can see later.
Ma'am, I have a doubt regarding practice assignment second, question number third.
That will
It,
be cleared on Tuesday.
ma'am, it's on medium. Actually, doubt it's on median.
Yeah, I know that, but today it's the doubts are regarding the session only, the lectures only, the theory part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on Tuesday we will be having the doubts on the numericals.
ma'am,
Fine?
you have a session tomorrow.
You are having tomorrow Hindi session.
Oh, the session will be taken by you.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
But the content is same, right? Like summary.
Yeah, the content is same, but that's the language is different. That's it.
Okay. So
Okay, so let's have a summary, a quick summary here. So the first thing we studied about the frequency distribution here, right? So what is a frequency distribution? How do we summarize it?
Most frequent category.
By using tally marks. And the frequency are the counts of that category, right? The counts that they are representing, the categories are representing, right? So the next thing we have is relative frequency. What is relative frequency?
it's a ratio of frequency and total frequency.
Total frequency. Correct. And what are the things in relative frequency that you have? Why do we use relative frequency?
To compare two
Compare
data
two
sets.
data sets.
Compare two data sets, and
Compare
the
to data.
relative and the sum of relative frequency is equal to
1,
and the values of relative frequencies are between
0 to 1.
0 to 1.
0 and 1. Okay. Now, the thing we have summarized the data in tabular form, then we summarize the data graphically. So, what are the graphs that we use?
Pie chart, bar
Pie
chart,
and
then
bar
bar
chart.
Okay.
Pie chart and bar chart.
Yeah, and in bar chart we have one more chart, which is
Pareto chart.
Pareto
okay.
chart.
So, when do we use the pie chart?
Share to
Share.
share of proportion.
And we want to
That
share.
show share
Share of,
or
yeah, correct. And when do we use the bar chart?
To show the your count.
compare something.
Two
we
groups,
have to compare.
Yeah. And
different two groups.
what is Pareto chart?
For
Bar
ordinal
chart
data.
arranged in ascending or descending order.
It's arranged in ascending or descending order.
Arrange the data, right?
Making bar chart in sequence.
And if we are having an ordinal data, then what is the condition?
Should be ordered.
It should maintain the
Maintain,
F is
yeah.
Data should be
the order.
preserved.
Okay, it should be preserved. Correct. Okay, and there are some of the things that we should label it. Then
Manage many categories.
yeah, there are many
Yeah,
categories. We should
check the
label it.
area.
Area principle.
Area principle.
You should remember the area principle. Then what else?
Baseline.
Round off.
Truncated graph.
Round of errors. Then truncated graph, right?
Truncated graph.
These are the things. Okay. These are the things that are misleading the graphs. Then we have the last, which is
Round of error.
no, which the last thing is that how do we numerically represent data, which is by descriptive measures, right? And in descriptive measures, there is measure of central tendency in that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And in central tendency, there are two things, which are
Mode and median.
Mode and median.
Median.
fine. And what is mod?
Most common.
One with highest frequency.
Yeah,
Highest frequency.
Yeah, highest frequency. And if you are having two mods, then
Bimodal.
Bimodal.
and if you are having more than two, then
Multimodal.
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 fine. What is median?
Middle value.
Between.
Middle observation.
We arrange the data. When we
Middle
arrange
value.
the data in
Median is the
descending order, then
And it comes under
middle of
ordinal category.
Yeah. So the first step, if we have to calculate the median, what is the first step?
Order.
To check
Yeah,
order.
Is the data
sort the
descending or
values.
descending?
Did you said mean?
Median.
we have to arrange in order.
Yeah. So the first step, if you have to calculate the median, is sorting the data. Then, if it's there are the data is even, then we take the
Take the average of two data.
average of the values. And if we are having odd, then we take the middle value. Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So is everything clear? Anyone having any other doubts?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
I have a doubt.
Yeah, fine. Tell me.
Ma'am, among median and mode, on which we can operate on both nominal and ordinal data?
Yeah, good question. So if we are having, see, so if we are having a nominal data, okay, if you are having a nominal and ordinal data, both of the data, then we can have mode. Okay, but and if you are having only ordinal data, then we can calculate both mode and median. Why can't we calculate median for the nominal data? Because we cannot sort values.
Specify
Right?
the order.
Yeah, we cannot have the perfect order of that. But in ordinal data, we have the different orders, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we can sort the values. If we have the order, then we can easily sort the values and we can calculate the median. So for that, if we are for mod, we can for nominal and ordinal, we can calculate the mod, and for ordinal data only, we can calculate the median.
Okay, clear.
Fine.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other doubt?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I have doubt in week 1 graded assignment. Last question. If you could please explain it once.
Week 1. Graded assignment.
Yes, ma'am. Week 1. Last question.
Have you submitted it?
Yes, ma'am. The deadline was 2nd October.
What is the doubt?
Ma'am, actually, I have doubt in 2 options.
Hmm.
So if you could please explain that question once, then it will become clear.
Use incorrect statement. Stock price of Titan is numeric and continuous. Number of assignments.
Sorry, ma'am, but you're not audible. Hello?
No, I'm reading by myself.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. See, in which sentence you have doubt? Which option?
Ma'am, in the first option and just a second, ma'am. The first option and the third option.
Stock price, right? Stock price of a Titan is
Yes, ma'am.
numeric and continuous. Yeah, the stock price is continuous variable, right? It's in numeric. Stock price is obviously numeric, but it is a continuous. You can't have a discrete value of a stock price. It's always changing. The stock price is always changing, right?
Okay.
There is, yeah. So it is always a continuous variable.
Okay, because it is always changing and we cannot. Yes,
We
ma'am.
don't have a discrete value of that. Like it can take any values, right? So like it can be a non-negative, it can go down. Like what is stock? It can go down, it can go up, right? It changes every time. So
It
it
can
is,
have any value as interval.
yeah. Fine. You understood the first statement?
Yes, ma'am, understood.
Yeah.
Because it is not fixed and therefore we
Yeah,
will
it
say
is
that
not
it is
fixed.
continuous.
Yeah. What do you mean by discrete and continuous? Discrete is the values are fixed, right? It's discrete. You're having the values, specific values. But in continuous, it's having intervals, or you can say it can have any values in between that interval, right? It is continuous. It is not fixed. The values are not fixed. Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And which third statement?
Yes, ma'am, the third one. Ma'am, according to me, it should be ordinal because since we have a rank like uh, a rank or order something because in this soccer
Excuse me.
positions, so defender, midfielder, forward. So, ma'am, I think it should be ordinal only.
They are just position. The players are not ordered. It's all the
It's a
players are same.
position, like defense, midfield, and forward.
Because it's names given to the position, we are not ordered based on that.
We are not
We are not,
discriminating between the players on the rank.
we are not ranking them. It's just the positions of that. Like some are defenders, some are midfielders, some are forward. That's it. We are not ranking them. It's not the highest position or the lowest position. It's just the position in the field where they have to stand. That's it.
Okay, all right, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay. Any other doubt?
No,
Ma'am, can you go to activity 2.4? There is some statement-based questions which I am facing issues.
Okay, that doubts will be covered on Tuesday.
Tuesday will be too late because we have to submit practice assignments also. Hmm.
Yes. On Tuesday we are having. When you have to submit it?
Wednesday is the deadline.
Wednesday is the deadline. Yeah. So on Tuesday we are having the session. Is it fine?
But we have to submit before the deadline. That's why I am taking. I am not want to go to the deadline. That's why I am talking about that. But if it is not possible, then
Okay, so what is your doubt?
activity 2.4, all the four questions are quite confusing to me because
All the four questions.
hmm,
There is did you watch the videos?
yes, I have watched the videos, but in the recorded videos, all the entire topics are not clear to me. That's why I'm attending the live sessions.
What is the topic that you're not understanding?
The first few topics that why the we have to use the free. I'm opening. Just wait a minute.
Sorry to interfere. Are we done with the summary or
Yeah,
is
we are
going to
done
be?
with the summary. Yeah. You're having any other doubt? Like you're having any doubts in this?
Hello, ma'am.
For
Yes,
today's
I just
session,
want
this
to
is the
clarify
theory
whether
part,
we are.
ma'am.
Sorry?
I just want to know whether we are going to carry out the session with the reserve session with the doubt clearance, or we are going to discuss summary in a broader sense.
Like the today's was the only theory part. That's it. This was
Yeah,
the
I
only
do. I do understand. I just want to know whether you're going to continue with any more theory, or you're going to turn
no,
the
no,
session
no,
into a doubt clearing session. That's what I want to know.
no, no. It's that's it. We are not
Okay.
clearing any other doubts.
Thank you so much.
Ma'am, I want to know that pie chart is best suitable when we want to emphasize the proportion rather than the frequency of the categories. But why for proportion? We can convert a relative frequency to degrees also. Then why frequency is not
See, in the
very?
lecture, like in today only, I told you the
Hmm.
best chart to represent the share or the proportion, the best chart is pie chart. You can also show it by bar chart also, but the best suitable chart is pie chart. There, the thing is about the words, the sentence, right? If it's showing the best, like you can't say the bar chart is the best chart for showing the share and proportion. It is not the best chart. The best chart is the pie chart.
One more question, ma'am. In which of the following cases, question number 2. Can you see question number 2? Uh, in which of the following cases is a bar chart better than a pie chart to represent categorical data? Please explain this question, ma'am.
Which activity you are?
2.3, question number 2.
मैम मैं अभी आया हूँ, क्या बता सकती हैं टॉपिक कौन कौन से चले हैं?
Divya, you only asked the doubt, right?
Hmm.
I'll clear
Active.
this on Tuesday. Fine?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Just look into the videos that like all the activity solutions are there. Like
Ma'am,
the
I
video
am
solutions are there.
facing those problems because the time is too much short for us. Because we have to cover all the entire lectures, the activity questions, practice assignments and assignments. That's why I have to watch 2-3 videos of any subject in a day. That's why I am facing these issues because the course is very
Yes,
going
ma'am. The
going.
time is little
The time
short.
is very short. That's why that's why we cannot concentrate properly in individual
In
subject. We
in
have to.
in first week we got 12 days, but
Hmm.
now we are getting only
Uh,
7 days.
No, no, Kishore, Divya, let me make it. I mean, I'm sorry to interfere in this thing because when you do that, when you have started all the by every week, you have 12 weeks of time, 12 days of time. If you started from the very first day, if you see that the frequency, whenever they release it, from Friday, normally they will release it, and the Wednesday, not in this thing, you will have 12 days for all the weeks. It's not for 1 day, 1 week. If you go to the calendar, if you go to the follow thing, you will see that. Only thing is, if you miss the frequency, then you will feel the short of time. For example, if
No,
I'm
but
going to,
first
I'm
week
going to put,
started on 20, right?
no, no,
And
please
then
go
we
to
have to.
please go to release date.
Okay,
Release date and
release
check.
date. Then the first week was released on 20, right? Then we
And
submitted in on 2
But
October.
but
yeah,
but
2nd of
they
October is 20 to October 2 is 12 days. Am I right?
but I am a JE student. That's why they give me the access on 24. 23 they generated my student email ID on 23 evening, and I am able to access the course on 24. That's why I am 4 days late after the starting of the course. I am 4 days later to start to the course. That's why I am just quite.
That is with everyone, Divya. That's not only everyone now. With all of us having the same thing. Like we all have some other things to do in parallel that we also do that, and that's how the course is being designed. And it's not only you. I mean, no, what I see is the summary session. If you train your doubt session, then it's I could see frequently people are interfering in the summary session to put the break in here and there. And
Yeah.
only
Right.
we are
But
going to just
David,
arguing things here. Am I right?
David, it's for everyone, right?
No, no. For every subject that you go there is a summary thing which now what we are happening here, and there is a doubt clearing session which happens on the morning or whatever the TA sessions are there. But during the summary session, if we start asking for the doubts, this and this thing, I do understand that all of us have the same 24 hours time, 24 this thing with the schedule. But one can't claim only you are having that. But only thing is now I am having evening. The summary session is scheduled because like it's actually convenient for everyone. It's happening in the evening, and that's all. And when you come for doubt clearing session, that is a separate session. So if people try to interfere in now and then with the summary session, if you cannot have the theory, and some of us, for example, if you are good with math or stat, obviously you won't be interested to take the summary session because already you know that. For the people who don't understand this thing, that's kind of they are not through the theory properly.
Yes, I'm go
All
through the
right,
theory
because like
properly, bro. I'm from a mathematics background, but in my class
I'm
12.
not talking about you, Divya. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about we have people from science, we have people from commerce, we have people from other backgrounds also. You are already a JE clear student,
Hmm.
so you know you
Bro,
have the fundamental.
you will
Hari,
already
wait, I have to
get
talk
one day
from
after
math.
the some.
I need a convo with
You
you,
will get
please.
already one day, bro. You can submit assignment
That
in
part,
one day.
but now why are we turning a summary session into a doubt clearing
Sorry
session?
to interrupt you guys. Okay, so the only take of Harry is okay. Just stick to the agenda of the call every time, not this call or any call that you are joining. Just stick with the plan and the agenda. And the agenda of this call was to explain the summary. Okay, so do not intervene on that. If it's related to that summary discussion, yeah, do that.
But
That's
but
it.
the
Yeah,
but
exactly.
the
Right,
summary
right.
has been completed. So for today, the summary has been completed. After that, I'm asking my doubts. I'm not asking my doubts in between the lectures when uh, ma'am
That's
is uh,
fine.
ma'am is summarizing the
Yeah, it's up
topic.
to it's up to
Bro,
ma'am. Then
Hmm.
she can take it further.
bro, I
It's
have
a
few
it's a brief review session, not a detailed theory session. Then if we have something doubts in the entire topic, we have to
Okay,
ask.
listen. Okay, fine. Listen. See, the on Sunday it's an open session. Okay, we will be having the summary of the theory session. Okay, the theory that ma'am taught. Okay, and on that day, on Sunday only, you will be having doubts. You can ask the doubts from the theory part. Okay, then on Tuesday we will be having the Hindi session. Fine. Then on Monday, we will be having the Hindi sessions, and on Tuesday, we will be having the doubt session. Okay. In that doubt session, you can ask any of the activity questions or the solve with us or anything except the GA part. Everything you can ask. Fine.
Ma'am, can you please
There are many more
summarize
sessions.
today's lecture?
Sorry.
Can you please summarize little bit? Summarize today's lecture.
You
Little
can
bit.
see the recording.
Just I need to know the topics. What you covered.
Ma'am had already summarized, bro. You
Yeah,
need
Ma'am
I
had
have
already
summarized it. You
summarized.
can watch the recorded
You can
video
watch
in
the
the
recording.
YouTube. Yeah, it's recorded. And if is like before coming to the doubt session, just look at the videos, the activity solutions that I have provided. All the video solutions are there for all the activities. Okay,
And
for all the
is it kind of doubt session or it's theory?
sorry, what?
When the video solution are only for
Is it
practice
about doubt
assignment, right?
session?
The video solutions are for the activity solutions for the practice assignments as well, and there is one solve with us also. So you can just watch all of these.
And today's session is a doubt session or is it kind of
No,
theory
it's
session?
an open session.
theory session.
Theory session.
It means course is not proceeded or forwarded, right?
Sorry to
Also,
interrupt, ma'am. Hello.
yeah.
Ma'am, if I have no doubt in theory, then can I leave the meeting?
Yeah, you can leave, sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so
Thank you, ma'am.
yeah, okay. So can we close the meeting now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay. Okay, fine.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, ma'am.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for your
ma'am.
time.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Good night, ma'am.
Ma'am, thank you. Good evening. Good night.
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, are you there?